Hey Scorpio, welcome to your September reading. I am very pale, guys. Like, I've been trying to play with lighting in here because I'm at the window, and all week it's kind of like it's been too dark, and I thought maybe it's overcast, but it hasn't been. But it's actually overcast and very cloudy today, and so that is just reflecting. I am so pale that just light reflects off me. So yeah, nothing I do is helping. Actually, when I have tried to change the lighting, it's even worse than this. So we just have to, go with the glow. Actually, I do have a highlighter on today. Maybe it's the highlighter's not helping. I don't know. Anyway, guys, so I'm using the Sacred Forest Oracle, which is a new deck that I'm working with. So I'm kind of exploring it with you guys. I hadn't opened it until I started doing these readings, and I'm kind of loving it, actually, to be honest. Interesting. You have both summer and winter here for you, and a bit of air as well. Scorpio. And then for the main deck, for the main cards, I am using the Everyday Witch Tarot. How I'm doing this, as you know, if you follow me, I do my readings very intuitively, and that includes kind of the layouts that I use as well. There's really no law to my readings or my layouts. I literally just go with what feels right to me, and what flows through me. I trust in myself and my intuition. You're the first son that's had two come out at the same time. So yeah, let's see. So first you have the Hummingbird Spirit. So these cards are absolutely awesome. Oh, the plus side to this lighting. Actually, it's not that great, is it? With you hiding my face, but no. I was going to say the plus side is that you actually see the imagery better, but you don't, so scrap that. Hummingbird Spirit Joy. This is a great card to have in this class position. So how I do these readings, these are keywords for each individual column that these are, and then the columns kind of go horizontally in the energy that we're in, and below that is that where we're going, where that energy is taking us. However, they're read in columns, so that energy represents that one. I will explain as I go. You can't play that rune. I do have Rune Home alone today. So I will be having to keep seeing to him as well, so I apologize for the interruptions. Okay, so this is a great card to be in this position. Joy, this is representing this month, I feel like is just kind of, as I'm saying this, I feel like it's actually kind of some long time coming kind of joy, as though it's like, yes, finally I can kind of experience some peace, some contentment. It feels as though like this is the lightness of the year. Feels like weight off your shoulders kind of feeling, and I'm loving that feeling. I do enjoy this kind of, like, I'm enjoying this feeling of like a break, like a very much needed break for you, Scorpio, so I'm loving that. And it's kind of as though something is just, it's kind of slotted into place, is what I want to say, that's created this moment for you. So I'm loving that, especially with Mercury Retrograde coming up, the fact you have some joy and goodness coming. Great sign. And yeah, Five of Wands, I feel like there's been kind of a lot of kind of conflict or just communications, miscommunications, gossiping, all this kind of drama building around you this year, specifically probably, I want to say not the last month, but like as in it's been going on for 2 months, it's kind of like that. And this feels like this is slowly shifting away from you now. You're moving away from the energy. So I'm really loving that. This is the energy you're in now. You're moving away from it. Yeah, I feel like it's come to a point. Now, I do feel like if this is still lingering with you, I do feel like Mercury retrograde brings this to the boil, which means it's that tipping point of, getting onto the other side of it. So pay attention to how that's working for you in your life. But it definitely feels as though it's behind you. And like I say, this is coming in the column of joy. So it is good things. It's not a negative feeling here. You've got to choose what you want, folks. Then what this is moving towards. Now I feel again with that energy that you've been in, this is sort of saying to me as though you felt trapped, you felt as though, and it's kind of in a self-imposed trap, and this is actually triggering memories of things I've said to you this year, Scorpio, of you kind of maybe being the one stirring the pot a little bit. This feels to me as though this is opposite energy of you coming out of that, I want to say desire to stir the pot as well. So maybe you have been a little bit mischievous this year within aspects of your life. But But yeah, it feels as though any self-imposed kind of areas and situations you put yourself on, this is really shifting from you. I do feel as though like it's happening right now. This is literally the energy you're sitting in and moving into, and it just feels quite quickly, like it's like stripping something away and revealing what the kind of vulnerability underneath, which is exactly what you want to be gaining from experiences this year. Really moving through your columns quite quickly. But yeah, that feels good. Good energy for you, Scorpio. And the next one is Spirit Guardian of Summer. So as I said, you had summer and winter. You have the Spirit Guardian of Summer, and you also have the Spirit Guardian of Winter over here. So we'll talk about that as we get across. But I kind of am loving that dynamic. So this represents expansion. Now this again, this card gives me joy. This gives me abundance. And this feels like everything you've been working up to. And again, those experiences that you've been going through over the last 2 months are really kind of shining through. Like seeing the positives that you've gained from those experiences and seeing the more abundance that that's bringing into your life. So I do feel like, yes, you may have been the mischievous one, perhaps stirring the pot in your life, but I feel like there's been purpose to this madness. And I do feel like there's people that haven't understood that, but that's just irrelevant. This is your journey in your life. And now you are able to reap the rewards. And I feel like actually you do feel quite temperamental, as in this is you've decided you've had enough. And wanting to be more more softer. That sounds really strange, but this is what this feels like to me, like Scorpio, that you've gone from feeling like being a tiger to now being the lion. So you've been all grrr, and now you're like, okay, give me love, stroke me. And I feel like this could be confusing to people around you. And I think that's why that energy is still around you, because other people have to adjust to you and your behavior during this time. But that's kind of really cool. And funnily enough, your next card is Strength, and it's in reverse. And to me, this again, it is this switch. I feel like you are now again allowing these vulnerabilities to be an aspect of yourself. And it does again feel as though this is a switch. You've literally changed your tune in some way, shape or form. And I do feel like it's an attitude adjustment for like you've actively deciding to be in this energy, which is great. Like that means you're choosing the right decisions for yourself. You're choosing to not to have drama in your life, can be. And I'm not saying like every one of you has caused the drama. It just really feels as though you are driving your life. And so whatever it is that you are attracting to you, I feel like you are the one that's manipulating your life in the way that you are shaping it, the way that it's manifesting. So be aware of that. If it isn't manifesting in the way that it is, this really is saying that all you have to do is change your attitude, change the way you see things, the way you're visualizing things for yourself, and the way that you want things to go. It literally is saying, you are the answer, which is great. That's what we like to hear, because if we're not the answer, it's like, I don't know what to do, and you know exactly what to do. Switch the gears. Okay, so the energy you're moving towards is this reverse Queen of Swords. Interesting. So this has actually come up for a few signs, and I am feeling it's very similar. I actually really feel like this is where you are kind of wanting people around you to be nurturing towards you. So I do feel like you are, and this is that soft again, that feeling of being soft. And I feel like it's like you're like a teddy bear, and it's kind of like, okay, love me now. And I feel like you're ready to open up to that. And when I say soft, it's because I feel like you've been quite hard, perhaps like shutting off your feelings or being blunt with people. And this is the switch. And I do feel like it is confusing to people around you, but it feels really beneficial and abundant for you, that it will help heal any relationships that you might have been stretching lately. And I do feel, again, that I have said to you before in relationship, I'm sure it was you, Scorpio, where I said something along the lines of like, you're being mean, but that person's still standing by you. It's a bit like that, and I feel that here. I don't think I said it in those words, but that was kind of like how I felt it's being. And so I feel like this is a good switch. You nurturing this now, and kind of being, it's like showing gratitude for that person standing by you. But in the same way, I feel like it's like you're now allowing this person in. You've realized that they've stood by you. And it does feel like a level of trust. And I feel like this is a great time for you to be experiencing greatness in your relationships. And this is obviously, relationships can mean love, they can mean family, friends, just somewhere where you may have been a little bit more stern. It feels like you're ready to kind of embrace that. So I'm loving that. It does feel like not social, but it feels like connections for you. This is a great time for it. So if you're about to step into those connections, or maybe starting to open up to somebody that has been a love interest, but you've kind of been keeping them on the fence, this is saying, you know, go for it. Now is a really good time for you, because it feels like you are in this I am ready kind of mindset. So I'm loving that. We have air, spirit, knowledge, and I feel like this is you kind of bringing through your experience. Like, I feel like you feel wiser now, and this is what I mean by what you've been going through over the last few months. I feel like it's been actually kind of you testing the waters and kind of building up some kind of wisdom for yourself, and this feels like this is beneficial now for you moving forward in your life. Now I feel like this has been focusing like on connection and relationships. I do feel a shift here now into other areas of your life. It could be career, it could be projects, but it just feels as though something that you've been sort of working on for yourself is building, and you have now enough knowledge to move forward with this. I am drawn to the card. There's 3 dots here, and I feel like it's connecting the dots. I feel like you've been kind of stepping stoning through your way, through what you need to get to where you're going. And it feels like it's been slow and steady to build. And this, I feel like, because you've been doing these stepping stones, I feel like you've now reached like kind of the other side of the bank, which is allowing you to appreciate other areas in your life. Now I'll just go to this first card. We have 7 of Cups in reverse. And again, yeah, so the 7 of Cups to me is kind of like imagining and envisioning things for yourself. Now this is in reverse, and this is what I mean. I feel like because you've envisioned things, I feel like they're just falling into place right now. So again, I do feel like this is all areas of your life kind of slotting into position, into a really good I'm ready to get going place. It doesn't feel like completion. It literally just feels, and this is what September is for all of us, Scorpio, it's kind of like giving us insights to where we could be, and then allowing us to really see a clearer picture of these things we've been desiring for some time, that we've been trying to build for ourselves. And this is very clear for you that this is a really great time for you to start seeing this and making the moves towards that next step, the big steps. I feel like you've been taking the stepping stones, and now is the time to actually take action and putting things into practice. But I actually feel like, as in making it a reality, is really the bigger key words here for you. We have the Ace of Wands underneath, and this is, again, having great big when I get this Ace of Wands, I see ideas, I see things sparking and kind of this creativity flowing. And this, to me, feels like that's what's building inside you. You're in a great place. You are changing your attitude about things. You're seeing the goodness. You're seeing things build and grow. And I feel like this will get your creative juices flowing. So keep that imagination wild. Keep it straight ahead. I do again see love in this. I was drawn back to that 7 of Cups, and she is touching the heart and the love, and I feel like you can really see that growing in your life. I really definitely see a relationship blossoming. If you're already in a relationship, I literally just see like the change of tides again, of you being warmer, and see your partner reacting to that. And I do feel like within your relationship, Scorpio, that you are the one that kind of sways the mood of your relationship. And in this, it feels as though you are starting to warm up, and so this person is feeling that energy. Things might heat up a little bit for you, or just be really loving. It feels like warm love, like contentment in this, in a really positive way. So I'm loving that, and I feel like that alone, the feeling loved and supported, is what can get your juices flowing in other areas of your life for sure. I feel like that is kind of where the underlying issues with you. If you don't feel loved and supported, I feel like this can trickle out into your life. So this to me feels as though you have that love and support right now, and so that's helping you bloom. Loving it. Next we have the Spirit Guardian of Winter. So this represents retreating. So to me, we have all this love, all this openness, this joy, and then we have this card. This feels as though it's like wanting to kind of, this is the loving feeling I'm feeling. It's like wanting to shut yourself away with someone to kind of enjoy this person. That's the vibe this is giving me. And perhaps that's kind of where you should be nurturing, is what I want to say. Because in this globe, this winter globe of retreat, you know, there's a little home in the I'll show you what I'm seeing so you can see what I'm saying. There's a home in the harvest, in the center of this globe, and it, to me, it feels warm, loving, like that is, you know, where our heart is, like the hearth of a fire in your home. And this is what it's giving me, is kind of like retreating. I feel like there's ideas brewing in you, and this is why I'm saying about relationships being something that can help you grow in all areas of your life, because I feel like taking time to nurture the heart sparks these kind of glow, like I'm getting a spark from inside, basically. It's like coming from a center and ideas blooming from you. And I feel like that by nurturing your heart, you will kind of find the spark that you need to kind of add fire to your projects. I hope that makes sense to you, Scorpio, because that's kind of like a lot to say, but it just feels as though where your spark is coming from is at home, which is really cool. My neighbour's about to ride on a quad, so I apologise if that's noisy. It's not too bad, I don't think. Okay, next we have the Three of Cups in reverse. Interesting. So I do feel like staying at home is the key. So this is what I meant by not feeling social as such, and more family and home orientated, because I'm getting that here. I feel like it is more beneficial to probably cancel plans. We have Mercury Retrograde coming up, so this is a time of communication. So if you have been having a lot of, you know, gossiping, drama going on in your life, what's really beneficial is to do this retreating side of things. And this is what I see on this column alone. And this is the column where you have two cards in our final and where we're heading. But the energy you're in now, I feel like you've done too much. Kind of, what it's giving me is like myself. When I socialize, probably more than once a week, but if I socialize a lot, like have 1 or 2 days where I actually am out of the house quite a bit, to me, it makes me feel like I need to have time at home and to kind of rest and recover. I think it comes with taking on other people's energies, and this is what it's giving me. I feel like you are ready to just relax at home, and I feel like that's your safe bet as well. I'm hoping to do a Mercury Retrograde reading. Whether time permits it for me or not, I don't know, but from the 9th of September to the 1st of October, we have Mercury Retrograde, and I feel like your best bet is to just stay home and nurture your relationships around you. But I really don't feel like it's a problem, but I feel like this is just instinctively what you'll feel like during this time. So if you do try and force any social moments, I just feel like it'll be out of your energy. Like this is just not what you need right now. Take it as you will. Where we're heading with this energy, so by nurturing, I feel like the Hermit card really should be in this, because it feels as though being at home with loved ones is really the best. I guess it's not hermity, but yeah. I could really see why that would be there, I guess. We have the Page of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. So you have pages, and I feel like something is growing in you. This is the spark I see of building. Like, it's just giving me heart center energy. Like, my heart chakra is kind of like making me pay attention. And the page, to me, is where we are beginning a project. We're getting creative. The Page of Cups is about being creative and kind of exploring yourself as well. To me, I definitely feel like there's something growing for you in terms of like career, work, something that's kind of creating something in your life. So this could be whatever's important to you, basically. It's be playful with it. Be creative. The page to me is kind of like an apprentice. He's at the beginning stages. He's all excited. He doesn't know where he's going. He hasn't got all the answers. He's growing as he's going, right? And you have two pages here, the Page of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. This is like something that's going to be fulfilling. This is something that's going to bring you abundance, prosperity. What you are growing right now is amazing. And I feel like September, Scorpio, honestly, I think you're one of my favorite ones that I've read this month in the terms of how this feels, because it really is a positive switch and turn for you. I have been feeling that you've been up and down, up and down, up and down, as we all have, but in extremes. This is really kind of going more towards the positive. It doesn't feel extreme, but it does feel very, very different to the last month's feel. And it does feel very, very much welcomed and very much needed. Loving this. My guidance and advice for you would really be to nurture your relationships, nurture your relationship with yourself, meaning stop worrying about other people, start focusing on where you need to be, and on what you wish and desire to create in your life. You really are the one manifesting everything that's going on in your world right now. So with that in mind, pay attention. Thank you so much, Scorpio. I will see you next month. Feel free to keep an eye out for Mercury Retrograde readings. I really do hope I can get into that. I'm just a little bit short for time. But thank you so much for being here. Again, I'll see you next month.